Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do something slightly different. It's not a tarot tag, but it is a tag video. It's by Creole Witch, and I saw Dead Chickie do her response this morning. I suppose she filmed it last night, I don't know. Got a cup of tea. It's mint because I've just had dinner. This tag is called Getting to Know You, and it's got 11 questions, and it's all random stuff. It's not about tarot at all, but I think it's quite fun. So yeah, here we go. What's your favourite? What's your favourite time of year? I'd say this time of year really. It's spring. Today's quite a hot day, to be honest. But usually springtime, it's not too hot yet, but things are warming up. The sun's out, you can walk about without your coat on. People are in a better mood because, you know, it's finally not raining as much. Usually we did have quite a bit of rain last week, but you know. Yeah, so I quite like that because summers here can be quite wet, funny enough. And on days that it isn't raining, it can get really, really hot, which I don't like either. So, so yeah, sort of springtime. Describe your perfect home. Right. The other day, I put in a bit of money to the lottery. Didn't win, sadly, but I did have a little look on housing websites to see what, I don't know, 30 million would buy me. Just to have a little look, you know. I love looking at it. Like, it turns out loads and loads of money doesn't buy you like style. I don't know what I mean, like, I know I've been living in Britain for like almost 11 years now, and I should be used to it by now, but what's with the carpet everywhere? And not just any old carpet, but like the patterned stuff. It's horrific. And you know, you get these really expensive houses, like I said, a couple of millions worth, and they're covered in like pub carpet and just horrible. So yeah, not going for that. But realistically, like, we live in this little flat. It's a masonette, so it's a double story, or like a two-story, and I would love a little house with like a couple of bedrooms, like good sized bedrooms with built-in wardrobes and a garden. It would be nice if it was sort of like not attached to anyone, so you could have like a garden all around it, quite a bit of land at the back, so we could have barbecues and sitting outside and maybe have a dog and like enjoy like the space. And because I've got the smallest balcony ever, like lengthwise it's not too bad. It's like the length of my window, but widthwise it's a little bit wider than this chair that I'm sitting on. I know you can't see it, but yeah, it's not that wide. So I can't actually sit a chair and then face out. I have to sit my chair like sideways. Yeah, so a garden would be so very, very nice, and I would love like a kitchen with an island, like a cooking island, and lots of storage, and like a double-sized fridge, which maybe to Americans that sounds really weird because it's quite common, but over here it's not. They call it an American style fridge over here, and the same sized freezer. That would be brilliant. And I would love to have a dedicated sort of tarot spiritual kind of room, and one to maybe do some arty stuff in. That'd be brilliant. So yeah, did I say 4 bedroom? Maybe 5 bedrooms. Anyway. 3. If you couldn't be a witch anymore, what religion or faith would you choose? Now, I don't really consider myself a witch. If I would have, I do witchy stuff. But to be a witch, you'd have to be more dedicated to the cause, I think. Do I consider myself pagan? I suppose I do. I'm sort of more like eclectic. I get a bit of this and I get a bit of that, and I'll throw it in all together, and something comes out, and that's what I am. I don't really put a label to it. But what religion or faith would you choose if you couldn't be what you consider yourself to be right now? When I was, I think about 11, maybe 12, in school, you had to do like written like a paper on certain subjects, and I did a paper on Buddhism when I was in school, and I remember thinking then, oh, that's cool. No, I didn't think that's cool, because for one, I didn't think in English, and for two, I don't think cool was a word then, you know. But I remember thinking like that was like such a good idea to have a religion or a faith without there being a god to follow. It seemed, I mean, I don't know enough about Buddhism to say this really, but it seemed to be so much less restricted. I'm from a Catholic background, not we didn't go to church all that much, but I always went to Catholic schools. So yeah, that seemed a lot freer, and I still think that it does. It seems to be more about the individual and not so much about the whole group. If that, I'm like I said, I don't know enough about Buddhism to make that claim. Right, next one. What is the most creative thing about you? Most creative thing? I write. I've always, like, before I even knew how to write, I would scribble stuff. And I've always written stories. I always wanted to be a writer. That hasn't happened yet, but you know, who knows. I've done NaNoWriMo a couple times and always won NaNoWriMo in National Novel Writing Month. The idea is to write a novel in a month's time, and if you finish the amount of words that you're meant to be doing, you win. So yeah, I've always done that. I haven't done it in such a long time. I really should get back to it because I've always enjoyed it. Keep art journals. So it's a book, and you do all kinds of artwork in it, whether it's like any medium that you can use in a book. Sticking stuff down, playing with paints, with pencil, with pen, with anything. So yeah, I suppose that is, and I like to crochet. I'm working on a blanket for my sister's baby, who I'm going to meet for the first time when we get married. I'm so excited. Describe something that scares you, right? I have got, and I always have to look it up because I can't remember the word, emetophobia, which means a deadly fear of vomit. I've always had it. I can't handle being sick, and I can't handle anyone else being sick. I've had it since I was a little girl. I kind of blame my mum. Not my mum. I don't blame her, but I think that's where it comes from. When I was 2, my mum was pregnant with my sister, and from day 1 to the very last, she was sick every single day. So yeah, I think that's where it comes from, because I've always had it. I always panicked. I couldn't handle my sisters being sick, and they're quite easy about it, to be honest. I would like hide under my bed, or not, and under my pillows and stuff, and like, oh, can't handle it. My ex used to get migraines, and I once ran out of the house because he was being sick. When I had my first migraine, that's when I was 11, and I was in school and I had to read something out loud, and I couldn't see the words anymore. It just disappeared. My migraines are they call it an aura, your vision starts to get blurry. It's a bit like, when on telly they interview someone like a witness or something, and they blur their face and they have this little pixelated. That's what I see, and it's usually sort of half my vision. So I looked at the word, and there wasn't anything more to read. And my mum came to pick me up and took me to a doctor, and it wasn't our own GP, and he said, well, Mrs. H, your daughter is going to be sick probably. She's got a migraine, and she's going to get horrific headache, and here's some tablets, blah blah blah. And my mum said, she's not going to be sick. Even when I had a concussion a couple of years later, I wasn't sick, and that caused my doctor to misdiagnose the severity of my concussion. I don't like to drink. I've been sick once with drink, which was at my school graduation. And due to circumstance, I graduated the same time as my sister, and they called her out, and they said, like, hurry, your sister's in that corner being sick, and she went, can't be, she don't do sick. So yes, I don't normally drink. I don't like being around people that drink a lot, and that's why, really. I used to I still do sometimes, get freaked out when people talk about it, or when people write about it, which is a bit annoying, because, as some of you might know, I work for an organisation that helps people with eating disorders, and it comes up, see what I did there, quite a lot. But I'm getting better at reading about it, so it doesn't stick in the back of my mind for the rest of the day. I don't do it in films either, films and series and stuff. As soon as because I can see it coming, right? I can see I sometimes mute the telly, and I can't even watch it. That took far too long, that question. I've still got 6 more to go. Right, who's your hero? I've got lots of heroes, but the main people I think are heroes are, I know a couple of people who suffer or suffered from their eating disorder really severely, because they had to deal with horrible stuff in their lives, and that's how they developed their eating disorder. And I've got lots of respect for them for still trying, and still going, and still getting up in the morning and trying their very best. Another one of my heroes is a girl who got over her anorexia and has started her own organisation to help young people with eating disorders, by giving them not giving them, but she breeds dogs. She breeds Shelties, which are like miniature collies, I'm sure I'm not doing the breed any justice, but you know. They train them up to be, to be help dogs, like therapeutic, sort of like guide dogs, but for psychological reasons. And she's doing really well with that organisation, and I'm very proud of her. And I think she's a hero. Tell us about an animal you love or loved. Now, I think I've talked about this before as well. I love cows. Always loved them. I think it's my dad's fault because my dad's an amateur photographer. When I say amateur, I dread to think how many pictures he's taken over the years. He's got a whole wardrobe full of like slides and things and books and all kinds. And he used to take an awful lot of pictures of just cows' noses and things like that. And I kind of took that as well. Like, I inherited that kind of. And I've always loved cows. I love looking at their eyes. That they're always there. They're sort of looking and taking it all in. And the two animal decks that I've got, they've got cows and bulls, and I absolutely love it. The one animal I really, really love is my future in-laws Alsatian. She's my bestie. And I've always been horrifically scared of dogs, about as bad as the fear of being sick. And my parents still don't believe that I'm like really, really close with this dog. I took her to puppy class and I took her out for walks, and whenever we go to see my in-laws, she goes absolutely mental and she won't leave my side, and she's absolutely lovely. And I love her. Number 8. Do you believe in soulmates? Yes, I do. With Ty, it's really, really, Ty's my future husband. It's really, really strong. It feels like we've known each other forever and ever. I know him better than maybe he likes me to know him sometimes. With him, that feeling is really strong. But I've also got like friends who it feels like I've always known them, even though I haven't. But when I first met, it was sort of like I recognise you, and Would you rather view or create art? Now, I'm Dutch, and the Dutch masters are amazing, and I would love to go back to Amsterdam and go to the Van Gogh Museum or Rijksmuseum to have a look at all the amazing art that they've got there. But I also love creating it, and of course mine isn't anywhere near as good as a Rembrandt or, Vermeer or anyone famous, but I love creating it. So, I don't know about that one. I don't know. Yes. Describe the favourite part of your body. Right. My brain? Because without my brain, I wouldn't be me. That's where all the me is. Although it took a lot of therapy to make all of this part of me, I used to think this was the only part that was me, and it took a long time before all of it I would consider me. I think my brain, or my eyes, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know, my skin. I've got good skin. I don't know. Right, the last one. Let's have a sip first. Take a deep breath. What came first, the chicken or the egg? Considering chicken are little dinosaurs, that wasn't a fart. That was just me with my hand on the... I don't even know if you could hear that or not, but I'm on a faux leather chair and I've put my hand on the armrest. Anyway, just thought I'd tell you, you know, in case you were wondering, in case you thought, oh, dirty little... No, that wasn't it. That wasn't it at all. That was just me with my hand. Anyway, yeah, so considering they are dinosaurs that evolved, I would have to say the egg. Yeah, because with every egg, it became less dino and more chicken. Right? Is that right? I think so. I don't know. That was it. I really enjoyed this tag. I really enjoyed watching the Creole Witch and Dead Chickies answers, and I'm hoping that more people are going to do it because it's fun. It's something different. It's, you know, all the tarot tags are brilliant and I really, really enjoy them. And, you know, I'm hoping that there's going to be tons more, and because I love them. But this was something just like fun and different, and, you know, getting to know you. So, yeah, thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you thought. Let me know if you're going to do the tag as well, because, you know, I'd love to see it. And, yeah, I'll see you again very, very soon. Bye.